am she is me. Come with me on this journey to Black excellence and the promotion of community and family. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk a little bit today about my first experience on the Dala Dala. Just to give you a little background, my husband and I moved to Tanzania from New Jersey back in January 2021, and this has been my first experience on the Dala Dala. The Dala Dala is the cheapest way of transportation, which is generally their bus. What I normally would use is Bolt, where they have boda bodas, which is like a motorcycle, Bajaji, which kind of looks like the Steve Urkel's car, and then the regular car. So I would get on the regular car and I would get on the Bajaji. I haven't been on a boda boda yet because I'm scared. I'm not about that life. But I did do the Dala Dala today. What we did was we were meeting some friends in Kariako. Kariako is like a few miles long of markets of selling different things. So fruits, items, just pretty much anything that you would want to get would be at Kariako. And so we were taking the bus from Bahari Beach to Kariako. And now my husband has taken the Dala Dala before, so I didn't feel uncomfortable going because I know that he's been. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do it. We're going to go. So we went this morning, and when we got there hadn't been a bus to come. And my husband was saying this is unusual, that usually a few buses would have come by now. So the first bus came, a lot of people were running to it, that by the time the bus turned around to leave, the bus was full. And the ride was about an hour, so I didn't want to get on the bus and be standing for an hour. So we waited for the next bus, and there were still a lot of people there. So my husband asked me, how did I feel about standing? And I said, well, standing for an hour, I didn't want to do that, but I told him we can give it a try. He said that normally people go on and off of the bus, so that it wouldn't be likely that we would be standing for the hour. So I said, okay. So the bus came, and as the bus was going, people started running towards the bus. And so we went towards the bus, and then people started, like, the bus hadn't even stopped, but people were like getting on the bus. So my husband says, okay, you're gonna have to shove your way on the bus. Now, normally I'm usually laid back, but I shoved my way on the bus. I'm doing like blocking moves, try to not get people to go through me, and he's behind me. So I get on the bus, I get a seat, he doesn't get a seat, but we just know that he was glad that at least I was able to get a seat. So when I went to sit down, I'm sitting next to someone who was a larger woman, but I didn't care because at least I was sitting down. So we start our journey, and there's still more people coming onto the bus, that by the time we leave, we're kind of squished. And I know that, everyone on the bus pretty much speaks Kiswahili, and we're learning it. We've been in school for about 3 months now, but we're nowhere near advanced or can have great conversation. I can identify words, but that's about it. So I know that she mentioned to me to move my legs in, and I'm thinking I can't move them in too much because I don't have much space, but I did move them in a little bit. So then people started packing onto the bus to the point where I was kind of like this, and then there was like a woman that was kind of, her stomach was on my shoulder, and that's like how close and personal we ended up being during this trip. So as people are coming on, they're telling people to move back just because I can understand just by motions, not because I understand the words. So I felt like the woman said, I'm not gonna move, I'm okay with my stomach on her shoulder, because she moved and squished tighter and didn't move at all. So I'm like, okay, we're here, we're doing this. There's no personal space. So it was like that. So at some point, she ended up going back, and then um, a guy was in front of me. So then I got nervous because if he's on me, his private parts are going to be on me, not a stomach or something. So thankfully, he gave me that personal space so that he wasn't that close to me. So we're on this ride. My husband had to stand the whole time, and he was kind of far back behind me. So there came a time where it was time to pay. And I looked back when I saw the attendant like motioning for money to start paying. So he gave me money, and I tried to tell the attendant that the money is for two people. But again, I only know some words. So when I gave him the money, I said two. And then he's like, huh? He said something where I felt like he asked me where was I going. So I said, Carriago. And then he said, Mbili. Mbili means two. I know that, but I don't understand why he was saying it. He probably didn't understand why I was saying it. But then next thing you know, there was like 5 people yelling Mbili. So I don't know what happened then. So he then gave me the money back, my change. So then I just gave my change to my husband, and then I said, okay, going forward, I'm not going to worry about for 2 people. I'm just going to pay for myself, and then they'll get the money for him afterwards. So that was that. The person next to me finally moved over a little bit, so then I realized she wasn't as big as I thought she was. She was just not giving me that much space. So then she moved over, and then I had a little bit more space so that I didn't feel so much sardine in a canish, and I had some more space. So then it was time to get off of the bus. And then when I got off of the bus, we had to maneuver because it was so tight to get off, where I felt like I was doing a little, when you in a club and you rubbing and grinding, I felt like I was rubbing and grinding some people as I was getting off the bus. And so I got off the bus and I did a big deep breath, and then my husband was like, the bus isn't usually like this. And I'm looking at him like side eye, like I felt like you set me up, that you knew the bus was like this. And he's like, no, normally you can go in, you can get a seat. I've never had to stand, and if I did, it wasn't during the whole time. So I felt like this was a good experience to have the first time, so that I know that it could be better, or maybe I shouldn't just try to go to Carriago. But I want to thank you for listening. That was my experience with Carriago. I'm going to try to do more videos about my experience. I've been waiting for my husband to do the video of why we actually moved here. I don't want to do that alone. So hopefully he'll get on camera with me and we can share that soon. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to see more content, please like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you soon. Peace.